In the vibrant world of Pravishkar, where invention and artistry intertwine, the boundaries of what is possible are constantly being redefined. From Kaladesh under oppression from the consulate, to the revolt a few years back, to its renaissance as Pravishkar. It is a plane brimming with life, not just in the natural world, but in the constructs forged by its inventors. Ether flows through the air like an invisible lifeblood through life forms, and it is fueling machines that are as alive as they are intricate. In this realm, invention isn't merely a pursuit. It's a celebration of life itself. It is a dance between creativity and ingenuity. And today we'll look at that dance through the lens of a pre-constructed deck. At the heart of this thriving plane is Saheeli Rai, a visionary metalsmith whose talent turns cold metal into living, breathing wonders. Her constructs are not just tools or machines, but they are expressions of her soul, radiant and full of vitality. Saheeli doesn't see metal as lifeless, she sees potential, energy waiting to be awakened. And all the while she is fed by the creativity around her, from the artifacts and artificers, and uses it to fuel her creation. The same theme of vitality and innovation pulses through the whole pre-constructed commander deck, living energy. Inspired by Pravishkar's ethos. No deck is just about playing cards. It's always about the story you build too. Today, it's a story about progress, harmony, and the living spark within all things, as you build an engine that will create you energy and you will turn that energy into living beings. It is a deck that asks, what if invention itself could breathe? As we look through Pravishkar's legendary figures and ingenious creations, we'll delve into the heart of this deck's lore, from the streets of Girapur to the vibrant greens filled with strength-enhancing ether in Pima, and to the towering spires of the late consulate, what's happened to them. We'll be exploring how living energy manifested in the form of constructs, thopters, and ether-powered creations defines not just the strategy of this deck, but the spirit of its story. And so we begin with Saheeli Rai, a radiant symbol of Pravishkar's ideals, and her enduring vision of a world where invention is more than mechanics, it's life itself. Saheeli Rai is celebrated for her extraordinary talent as a metalsmith and inventor. Her creations, brilliant lifelike constructions of gleaming metal, are more than mere machines. They are marvels of art, copying real life and turning it into her own style of creation. With her unique ability to shape and animate metal through a blend of artistry and magic, Saheeli has earned her place as one of Pravishkar's most admired figures. On a plane where beauty, ingenuity, and vitality are held in the highest esteem, she stands as a radiant embodiment at the center of these ideals. Her role as a celebrity is not one she seeks for fame, but rather as an opportunity to share her philosophy with other artificers. That creation is an act of joy and connection, a gift to the world that reflects its beauty back upon itself and back upon its process. Saheeli Rai stands as a beacon of creativity and unity. Her journey from a celebrated inventor on Kaladesh to a pivotal figure in Pravishkar's renaissance is a tale of passion, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to the fusion of art and life. Born with an innate talent for metalworking, Saheeli's early years were marked by her uncanny ability to craft lifelike constructs from gleaming metal. That is her lost ability. Each creation was not merely a machine but a testament to her vision, capturing the essence of living beings in intricate detail. That is why in all of her cards she seems to be copying creatures and making them into constructs. Her workshop in Girapur became a sanctuary for those who marveled at the seamless blend of artistry and engineering. As her reputation grew, so did her desire to explore the boundless possibilities of the multiverse. Her planeswalker spark ignited, leading her to new realms and experiences that enriched her understanding of creation. Yet amidst her travels, her heart remained tethered to the ideals of her homeland, a place where beauty, ingenuity, and vitality were cherished above all. In Avishkar, Saheeli found a realm that resonated with her deepest aspirations. Here she encountered kindred spirits who believed in the harmonious integration of technology and nature. It seems to me weird that she only now got the green mana color added to her card. Among those people were the people of Pima, like the servant of the conduit, elven druids who embodied the ideal of creation intertwined with the natural world. These people channeled ether in harmony with the environment, ensuring that every act of innovation was a step towards a more integrated and sustainable future. Inspired by such figures, Saheeli's workshop in Avishkar became a haven for collaborative creation. The space hummed with the vibrant pulse of innovation and life, where artisans and inventors gathered to share ideas and craft wonders that honored both artifice and the environment. Every artifact she crafted told a story, and every story inspired those around her to push the boundaries of their imagination. Amidst the bright sparks of inspiration, Saheeli moved with a quiet confidence. Her hands worked in perfect harmony with the tools she wielded and the artificers around her. Each creation shimmered as if imbued with life, not just by her magic but by the sheer force of her vision. Her presence was a testament to the belief that when diverse elements came together in harmony, they can create a world where creativity knows no bounds, and the future is as bright as the etheric skies above. Among the new visionaries that follow Saheeli around is the Architect of the Untamed, an elf druid whose approach to creation is as wild and free as the sprawling wilderness she cherishes. The Architect is a paradox, part artificer, part steward of nature, and wholly devoted to the idea that machines should mirror the boundless vitality of the wild. Her workshop hums with an energy that feels most alive, every corner cluttered with schematics for creations that are not meant to be contained. For her, artifice isn't about control or dominance over nature, but about drawing inspiration from it, harnessing its chaos and celebrating its freedom. Her most famous inventions are not lifeless automatons, but living, breathing marvels, like a giant mechanical raccoon, designed to follow commands, but to roam as it pleases. With each land she observes, she sees infinite potential, and her connection to the natural world fuels her work. This symbiosis manifests in her ability to draw energy directly from the land itself. Every time the soil shifts and life stirs, she is inspired anew, and the etheric energy flows into her hands. When her inspiration peaks, when the wild beauty of the land fully reveals itself, she uses this energy to give birth to towering beasts of breathtaking splendor. These constructs larger than life and imbued with the untamed essence of the wilderness are her masterpieces. To witness one of these creations is to feel dwarfed by its grandeur, as if standing in the presence of a living embodiment of nature itself and its raw power. Next to them, even life itself can seem like a pale imitation of their vivid, unrestrained beauty. In the quieter moments, every creative should walk around and see what is around them. They should be inspired by what they see, about what they feel, about what they smell, about what they hear. And Saheeli does the same. She often finds herself gazing at a mural painted across one workshop wall. The mural, as unpredictable and vibrant as a dream, keeps being changed by new people who walk around and tag on the wall. It now depicts an touched landscape where a gleaming elephant emerges from a swirling sea of energy. A reminder that the line between the real and the imagined is where true creativity thrives, and that life can be painted upon the lifeless to create life anew. In this space where artifice meets the natural world, anything feels possible. And in these reflective moments, with a subtle glimmer of genius, Saheeli peers into the flow of ether, drawing inspiration from its endless currents. These flashes of insights, brief but profound, light the path to her next creation. In her hands, every drop of ether becomes a spark of possibility, waiting to ignite the next masterpiece. But not all inventions were destined to last forever. Saheeli often found herself drawn to the hallowed grounds of academic ruins, quiet, sunken places where whispers of forgotten ideas lay waiting all across the multiverse to be rediscovered. To her, these ruins weren't just a graveyard of failed experiments and unfulfilled potential, but they were a treasury of what potential could bring in the future. Each artifact she unearthed carried the promise of reinvention, a chance to breathe new life into the echoes of the past. In her hands, these relics became more than their creators ever imagined. And without green mana, Saheeli could never have found the history of invention to be interesting at all. That would not fit with the blue and red nature of her being. Now that she is green, she can look at the past and see what the future can learn from it. The path of creation is rarely smooth. Rival inventors driven by envy or mischief occasionally sought to derail her work. Spells like Chaos Warp would send her carefully constructed machines and vehicles spiraling into unpredictability. Once a proud automaton she had poured weeks into was transformed into a playful house cat, much to her bemusement of course, because she loves all living beings. At other times the results were far more catastrophic. A well-meaning apprentice accidentally triggered a chain reaction in her workshop, creating an explosive display that destroyed weeks of work. Yet, in the ashes of failure, Saheeli and other inventors always found a spark of inspiration. Even chaos had its lessons to teach. Among the proudest achievements of Kaladesh's inventors was the chromatic lantern, a deceptively simple yet revolutionary creation. This elegant device, adorned with 3 luminous spheres of energy, one for each color of this deck, so one glowing with verdant green, another pulsing with vibrant red, and the last shimmering with deep cerulean blue, stood as a testament to the ingenuity sparked by the opening of the omen paths, a hallmark of chaos itself. Unlike many marvels of Kaladesh, this lantern wasn't born from Saheeli's workshop, but from the collaborative spirit of inventors whose imaginations had been forever transformed. The omen paths, mystical trails connecting through realms once thought unreachable, had shattered their preconceived notions of what was possible. Suddenly, the world felt infinitely larger, and their creative horizons expanded with it, just like it had done for Saheeli once her spark had ignited. The chromatic lantern wasn't just a tool, it was a symbol of a new era of connectivity. Its design allowed one energy source, no matter how disparate or incompatible, to flow seamlessly together. This unity of mana reflected the inventors' realization that the barriers they once believed insurmountable were nothing more than illusions. Each glowing sphere represented not just a color of mana, but a reminder that the boundless potential was always laying in embracing diversity and thinking about the limitations of the known and how they should be broken. And speaking about broken, the one chain reaction that was caused by an apprentice before was an inspiration for the Rocketeers to build their cars around. In the bustling arenas of Girapur, the Rocketeers' races were the epitome of high-octane invention and reckless courage. Tailpipe, one of the most daring competitors, was infamous for his fiery enthusiasm, both on the track and in his engineering. During one memorable race, his latest creation triggered another catastrophic chain reaction that sent sparks flying and rockets careening wildly off course. Undeterred by the chaos, Tailpipe had thrown his arms up with a laugh, shouting, "If only I knew what went wrong, so I could do it again." These moments of unpredictability captured the heart of Kaladeshi innovation. Risk, resilience, and the relentless drive and opportunity to push the boundaries of what was possible. In the open fields of Avishkar, where ether shimmered in the air like liquid light, Saheeli often found herself captivated by one of nature's most remarkable creations, the Etherwind Basker. This immense lizard, with its glistening iridescent frills and fluid, almost hypnotic movements, seemed to embody the perfect balance between power and elegance. It roamed the ether-rich lands with purpose, each step deliberate, each shift of its frills a subtle dance of energy collection. To the casual observer, the Bhaskar might appear as just another marvel of Kaladesh's unique ecosystem where creatures can grow and grow because of the ether around them. But Saheeli, it was something far greater. It was an artist in its own right. The Bhaskar's frill, a magnificent array of delicate membranes, served not only as a tool for survival, but as a testament to nature's unparalleled ingenuity. It captured the ambient ether in the air, converting it into energy with a precision and grace that no machine could replicate, or so it was thought. Saheeli watched in awe as the creation effortlessly harmonized with its environment, drawing strength from the world around it without depleting its resources. To her, the Bhaskar wasn't just surviving, it was thriving and connecting with the land around it, an embodiment of the perfect symbiosis between life and the forces that sustained it. Inspired by this majestic creature, Saheeli often sought to incorporate its principles into her own work. One of her simplest yet most profound creations was the Soul Ring. Owed its design to the Bhaskar's unmatched efficiency. The ring, faintly glowing with light harvested from distant suns, mirrored the Bhaskar's ability to draw energy from its surroundings and channel it into something greater. It was a deceptively modest piece, a smooth band of polished metal encircling a glowing core, but its significance went far beyond its appearance. The Soul Ring wasn't just a tool for powering inventions, it was a bridge to something much deeper, to other planes and their suns' energies and what they could mean for this world. Saheeli often reflected on the words of her old friend Rashmi, whose pioneering work with planar portals had opened new worlds to exploration. What if the light of foreign worlds could bring new growth here? The Soul Ring stood as an answer to that question. Its quiet hum a testament to the boundless creativity of the multiverse, reflecting that of the workshop of Saheeli. For Saheeli, the Bhaskar and the Soul Ring were two sides of the same coin, nature and invention, working together in harmony. The Bhaskar showed her that life itself could be the ultimate artist and the ultimate inspiration, crafting solutions with elegance and purpose. The Soul Ring in turn was her homage to that truth, a reminder that even the simplest creations could hold within them the infinite potential of the cosmos. As she gazed at the ring and showed it to her fellow inventors, a faint smile played on her own lips. In its glow, she saw not just the light of distant suns, but the limitless possibilities that came from blending the natural and the artificial into something truly extraordinary. And in this way she inspired the others to do the same. Because just like the sun, her own smile could glow and not use up any of her resources while it did inspire the others. In the vibrant world of Avishkar, ether is the very essence of existence. A luminous, ethereal substance that permeates the air, the land, and the very fabric of reality. It is the lifeblood of innovation, the spark that ignites the fires of creativity, and the fuel that powers the wondrous inventions of the realm. Artificers and inventors harness this enigmatic energy to breathe life into their creations, channeling its boundless potential to forge marvels of artifice and engineering. Yet, ether's influence extends beyond the mechanical and the material. From its radiant currents emerge the ether-born, enigmatic beings of pure energy given form. Their existence is as fleeting as it is brilliant, each moment a vivid burst of experience and sensation. Born spontaneously from concentrated ether, the ether-born live short but intensely vibrant lives, embracing every experience with a fervor that mirrors the very energy that composes them. Their society is one of passion and immediacy, valuing the present moment above all else. Among these ephemeral beings was an ether-born artisan known as Nal, a master craftsman whose creations were as dynamic and adaptable as his own existence, wielding the adaptive Omni-tool, a remarkable device capable of transforming to meet any need. Perfect for one who has only time to learn about one tool. Nal embodied the pinnacle of creative versatility, with each project, the Omni tool would shift and change, uncovering hidden relics and enhancing Naal's abilities. A perfect manifestation of the Aetherborn's intrinsic connection to Ether. Naal's philosophy resonated deeply with Saheeli Rai, the esteemed artificer of Avishkar. To her, Naal and his Omni tool epitomized the ideal of boundless creativity, even if it was in such a short moment. A testament to the limitless possibilities that arise when one is attuned with the flow of ether. Their collaboration was a harmonious blend of art and innovation, each learning from the other's unique perspective. Together they delved into the mysteries of ether, seeking to uncover new ways to channel its power and unlock its secrets. In Saheeli's later travels, she encountered the rampaging Etherhood, a formidable snake hydra that seemed to be a living conduit of ether. With each new dawn, this majestic creature would gather energy, its power growing exponentially. Yet, rather than hoard this energy, the Etherhood shared its strength with the world around it. It showed us that when you share your energy with everything around you, it will later get to grow you as a person, as a being, as a life form. This being was a living embodiment of the symbiotic relationship between nature and ether. And so we have had one circle, if you had been listening, and these circles are all around. These circles exist, they pop into existence, and they might go away for a moment, but they will always be there, because the circle existed before. You know that it still exists even if it isn't there. Soaring above during her journeys often was the territorial Ether Kite, a fierce cat dragon patrolled the skies of Avishkar. Its arrival was heralded by cascading sparks, a fiery display of dominance and freedom. To Saheeli, the Ether Kite represented the untamed spirit of her homeland, a reminder that while ether could be harnessed and directed, it also possessed a wild, unpredictable nature that defied complete control. Through these encounters and collaborations, Saheeli's understanding of ether deepened. She came to see it not merely as a resource to be utilized, but as a living, dynamic force that could inspire us as much as it could empower. The Aetherborn, with their ephemeral yet intense existences, taught her the value of embracing the present moment and the beauty of fleeting brilliance. The creatures of Avishkar, from the rampaging Etherhood to the territorial Ether Kite, demonstrated the harmonious balance between harnessing ether and respecting its inherent wildness. In the end, Saheeli's journey through the realms of ether and its manifestations led her to a profound realization. That true innovation arises not from domination, but from collaboration. With each other, with nature, and with the very energies that bind the universe together. It is this philosophy that continues to guide her work, as she strives to create wonders that reflect the harmonious fusion of artifice and ether, of intention and inspiration, and of nature and the artifice. At the dawn of Avishkar's renaissance, a profound shift swept through the land. Where once the ether had been tightly controlled and limited to the elite, now it flowed freely, mimicking the growth that Saheeli had been going through. Ether now touched every corner of society. The transformation from Kaladesh to Avishkar marked not just a change in name, but a change in spirit. Ether was no longer a privilege, it was now a shared resource. It was now a force of unity that empowered every individual to dream, to create, and to change. This new era was symbolized by the emergence of the Aetherflux conduit, a monumental artifact that epitomized the fusion of magic and invention. Towering above the workshops and streets, it stood as a beacon of possibility. For those who dared to experiment, each spell cast became a spark of energy, channeled through the conduit to fuel untold potential. To be bold and to the ingenious, the conduit promised an almost mythical power, the chance to unleash a symphony of magic when 50 energy had been amassed. A moment of brilliance where creativity knew no bounds, and where everyone's creativity came together, and where all the cards you could play from hand could be played. And from the creative we move to the stable, arcane signet. Avishkar's renaissance also gave rise to practical tools that embodied this newfound accessibility. Chief among them was the arcane signet, a humble but ingenious artifact forged by countless hands. No longer was the ability to channel ether or access mana restricted to the select few, and this is exactly what the signet is about. It is an artifact that could be played by anyone because it has been reprinted so often that anyone can play it. The signet, designed to draw upon the shared flow of ether, could channel mana of any color. It became a universal symbol of what Avishkar stood for: collaboration, shared ingenuity, and the boundless potential of unity. Each signet carried with it the spirit of its creators, a reminder that when people work together, even the smallest of sparks could ignite a revolution. The renaissance of Avishkar was not just technological, it was cultural. The people of Avishkar no longer saw energy as something to be hoarded or restricted. Instead, they embraced the belief that creativity flourished when resources were shared. As Kaladesh became Avishkar, ether finally started flowing freely to all, became the mantra of this new age. Inventors, artisans, and even those who had never touched the tool before found themselves energized, both literally and figuratively, by the unbridled flow of ether. This accessibility to energy spurred the creation of inventions that reflected the diverse dreams of its people, from towering automatons to delicate works of art. So even the simplest creations now carried profound meaning. Each artifact, no matter how small, was a testament to the spirit of Avishkar. The arcane signet may have been a tool for channeling mana, but it was also a reminder that the unity that made such innovation possible was still there. And the Aetherflux conduit, which is almost divine in its potential, stood as a challenge to every inventor and mage. How far could your imagination take you? In the streets and skies of Avishkar, the past and future coalesced into something new. The flowing ether was no longer just a resource, it was the lifeblood of a society reborn. For the people of Avishkar, this new age was a promise, that creativity, when shared, could transform the world into a place where everyone, no matter their station, could reach for the stars. The streets of Avishkar hummed with energy, now as the workshops and other places have throughout the story, though not without their challenges. The consulate's grip had long since loosened, but creativity still demanded vigilance. For those who dared to push boundaries, the lightning greaves became an essential tool. Now, you don't need to run from the consulate anymore, but there is still a reason to run sometimes. So when you are creative, you should have the means to run away from whatever is trying to hold you back. And that is exactly what the lightning greaves are about. These sleek boots, granting haste and shroud, were a favorite of street artists and inventors alike, allowing them to slip past trouble with the kind of ease only ingenuity could offer. They weren't just practical, but they were a statement, a nod to Avishkar's free-spirited heart. At the center of this reimagined world stood the command tower, a towering symbol of leadership. Its ability to channel mana of any color wasn't a mechanical convenience. It embodied the unity of purpose that kept Avishkar moving forward. And watching over it all, sharp-eyed and ever-calculating, was Gonti. Not necessarily the pinnacle of unity, but they had risen to prominence in this new era. Their cunning and determination making them a natural leader in a society that valued earned power over inherited privilege. And so, new leaders stood up, and whether they will be good for this world or not is yet to be seen, but at least they have a chance. Though Avishkar was a realm devoted to invention and progress, it wasn't defenseless. The Stridehanger automaton, a marvel of Nalaar's design and the second part of this video, patrolled the skies with silent grace. Every thopter it elevated seemed to carry a piece of Pia's vision. a world that embraced progress while standing ready for adversity. As she often said, Avishkar greets the multiverse with open hands, but don't mistake us for fools. We have tools. No, that's not what she said. Her automaton, equal parts protector and innovator, captured that spirit perfectly. Pia's story is woven into the very fabric of Avishkar. Her life, shaped by loss and rebellion, was defined by an unyielding resolve to build something better. As chief mechanic, Pia wasn't just an inventor, she is a beacon for dreamers and doers alike. In the vibrant world of Avishkar, where invention and ether danced in harmonious rhythm, the legacy of the Nalaar family stands as a beacon of resilience and creativity. Pia Nalaar is a masterful artificer and has long been a pivotal figure in the resistance against oppressive forces. Her creations were not merely machines, but they are an embodiment of her philosophy that invention should serve both the individual and the collective. Among her most renowned innovations is the Nalaar Etherjet, a marvel of engineering that soars gracefully through Avishkar skies. These sleek vessels, powered by energy harnessed from artifact creatures, are designed not just for transportation, but they are designed as vigilant guardians of the realm of creativity. Each Etherjet is a testament to Pia's belief that technology, when guided by a compassionate hand, should unify and protect society. Pia's legacy is deeply intertwined with her personal journey. Together with her late husband Kiran Nalaar, she stood against the consulate's tyranny, crafting ingenious thopters that serve as both instruments of rebellion and symbols of hope. Their partnership is a blend of love and shared purpose, and even though Chandra's dad isn't here anymore, her actions and his actions together still culminate in acts of defiance that would inspire future generations. Their daughter, Chandra, inherited this indomitable spirit. A gifted pyromancer, Chandra's journey was marked by trials and self-discovery. Believing her parents had perished, she ignited her planeswalker spark during a moment of intense emotion, transporting herself away from Kaladesh for years. Later, upon her return, Chandra was astonished to find her mother was still alive, leading a renewed resistance against the consulate. This reunion was bittersweet as it rekindled memories of loss while offering a chance for reconciliation. The bond between mother and daughter became a cornerstone of the resistance movement. Pia's leadership and Chandra's fiery determination galvanized the people of Avishkar, uniting them in their quest for freedom. Their combined efforts underscored the profound truth that the fusion of personal passion and communal purpose can ignite transformative change. In the annals of Avishkar's history, the Nalaars are remembered for their mechanical marvels, but also for their unwavering commitment to a vision where innovation serves humanity, and where the flames of hope and resistance burn ever bright. Through Pia's leadership, Avishkar blossomed. Her work inspired a generation of inventors to see ether not as a weapon, but as a tool for progress. From the stride hanger automaton to the etherjet, her innovations were not just machines. They are symbols of a brighter, more unified future. Avishkar flourishes because of its people. Visionaries and dreamers who weave their creativity into the fabric of the plane's existence. Each artisan, inventor, added their spark, contributing to a collective brilliance that reflects the boundless potential of collaboration. It is a world where every gear turns with purpose, every bolt of ether hums with intent. Sai, master thopterist, epitomizes this harmony of innovation and artistry. For Sai, innovation is not merely a means to an end, it is an expression of identity. His workshops ring with the sound of spinning gears and the flutter of metallic wings. Each artifact he builds gives rise to a symphony of thopters, delicate yet sturdy constructs that embody the belief that even industry could be art. The Thopters are more than machines. They are his vision brought to life, soaring through the skies as symbols of ingenuity and elegance. By his side, the whirler virtuoso brings a unique flourish to the skies of Avishkar, a Vidalcan artificer with an unmatched affinity for ether. They transformed raw energy into breathtaking creations. Their innovations don't just function, they dance and live. Whirling constructs move with fluidity and grace, rivaling the natural beauty of the plane's creatures. To the virtuoso, progress was not only a path to greater efficiency, but it is an opportunity to enchant. Every device is a performance, and every whir of their work speaks to the harmony of beauty and utility. Together, they exemplify what made Avishkar thrive. A shared belief that progress is not simply about what can be built, but about what it could inspire. Their creations fill the sky with motion and wonder, a reminder that invention is not only a crafting tool, but it is about shaping the dreams and filling the world with new possibilities. Through their work, the people of Avishkar find a reflection of their own creativity, a sky alive with invention and hope. In the vibrant world of Avishkar, where the fusion of artifice and nature leads to possibilities, Nissa Ravane stands as a paragon of this blend. An elven animist from Zendikar, Nissa's profound connection to the land allows her to channel the very essence of life, awakening the land itself to fight at her side. Nissa's journey has been one of profound transformation. Initially, she held a deep-seated belief in the supremacy of elves, viewing them as the pinnacle race of the multiverse. However, her experiences, particularly her battles against the Eldrazi on her home plane of Zendikar, broadened her perspective, deepening her respect for all life and the interconnectedness of existence. Her bond with the Aether, the lifeblood of Avishkar, is intrinsic. Unlike artificers who manipulate ether to animate constructs, Nissa communes with it, attuning herself to its flow and rhythms. This deep connection allows her to draw energy from the land itself, reflecting her belief that true power comes from harmony with nature. In her role as the World Soul Speaker, Nissa embodies the spirit of Avishkar. Her ability to draw energy from the land and channel it into life is a testament to her unparalleled connection to the World Soul. For Nissa, the land is not just a resource, but it is a living entity itself, and she serves as its voice and protector. Her relationship with Chandra, a passionate pyromancer that we talked before about with Pia's story, adds another layer to her character. Their bond, fiery and steadfast on both of their sides, mirrors the unity of opposing forces, spontaneity and stability. Together they exemplify how contrasting elements can come together to create something beautiful and strong. In the grand world of Avishkar, Nissa Ravane's journey from a solitary elf to the World Soul Speaker symbolizes the plane's evolution as well. A place where the fusion of artifice and nature leads to possibilities, where the collective pursuit of innovation paves the way for a radiant future. As Avishkar's landscape is growing ever more adorned with inventions, there remain voices, quiet but unyielding, calling for reflection. Among these voices, the Druid of Purification stands at the forefront, a figure who recognizes the dangers of unchecked progress. These Druids are living a life of balance, reminding all who listen that innovation, though it is a force of great potential, is never without consequences. The Druid's role is not to halt the progress of Avishkar, but to temper it, ensuring that every creation is made with respect for the natural rhythms of the world. With great care, the Druid will extract the ether that flows beneath the surface, harnessing its energy not for new creations, but for healing and restoration. It is a practice rooted in the old ways of Avishkar, before the tide of inventions had swept across the land. The druid knows that without a careful hand, the balance of life, organic and mechanical alike, will tip into chaos. Where others see new technology as the key to solving Avishkar's challenges, the druids see a more subtle solution. A return to the fundamentals. The land, the people and the ether itself have long been in harmony, but that harmony is now under threat. With each new advancement, the old ways of life seem more distant, as if the world is being built upon the foundation of a house that no longer stands firm. The druid's work is a call for balance, a reminder that creation should serve life, not replace it. It is a difficult truth to share, for many have grown attached to the gleaming towers and the endless possibilities that the technology seems to offer. But the druid speaks with the voice of the earth, with the wisdom of centuries etched in every word. Progress, they warn, is meant to elevate, not dominate. In their eyes, the pursuit of perfection through artificial means has begun to take a toll, not just on the environment but on the very spirit of Avishkar and its people. War had been ended by the machines, yes, but had they truly created peace, or had they merely shifted the conflict elsewhere? For this reason, the Druid of Purification believes that the time has come for a reckoning. If Avishkar is meant to continue evolving, it will need to acknowledge the price of its innovations. It will need to find a new path forward, one that respects both the natural world and the potential of invention. And perhaps in time this will lead to a revolt, not against the people, not even against the machines, but against the nature of unchecked creation. Avishkar's future, they knew, would not be built from either alone. The Druids' work was a whisper in the winds of Avishkar, but their message echoed far beyond. Whether the creators would listen and return to their roots, or whether the thirst for invention would drown out the call for balance, would remain to be seen, but the Druid knew this. If the tide of progress continued unchecked, Avishkar itself would one day cry out in protest. It's very hard pulling back from the machine that at once promised salvation. But now, that salvation is threatening to suffocate it. In the quiet corners of Avishkar, the Druid's presence will endure, and perhaps that means that when we return to Avishkar later, there will be another revolt, but not against the limits against the machines, but for the limits against the machines. And the Druids are not the only voices. In the depths of Pima, a lush and vibrant corner of Avishkar, nature and invention coexist in a delicate balance, as if each breathing tree and flowing river is whispering the secrets of either. Among the creatures who embody the fusion of worlds is the Trailblazer, a mighty elephant warrior whose presence on the battlefield is as much a force of nature as it was a testament to the ingenuity of either. Clad in an armor that shimmered with the light of either itself, the Trailblazer is wielding a shield that is not just a protector but a conduit, a bridge between the raw power of the land and the limited possibilities of the ether. With every swing of its massive shield, the Pima Trailblazer absorbs the energy that swirls around it, using the power it is gathering to fortify its strikes and fuel its allies. For every blow the Trailblazer lands, energy flows into the shield. It is not just a defense, but it is a symbol of commitment to a future where power is not just a tool, but a shared resource. The more energy it is gathering, the stronger it becomes, channeling the flow of ether into its very form. And if a battle rages on long enough, the Trailblazer could draw from this immense strength, learning from the power into a devastating burst, allowing it to tap into the greatest creatures on the field, drawing cards for learning about their raw, untamed, natural might. Alongside the Trailblazer and the warriors of Pima live the Ether Seers, elven druids whose connection to the land is as deep and ancient as the roots of the trees themselves. The Ether Seers are no strangers through the ways of ether, but rather they understand the flow as intimately as they breathe the life of the earth. Where the trailblazers gather ether through force and battle, the seers glean its wisdom through patience and intuition. They see patterns in the world where the promise of a future of all things being bound together through threads of ether, where even the smallest creatures and the greatest of machines could share in its eternal dance. The seer's power is drawn not from the land but from the very pulse of life itself. They know that the greatest power comes not from the individual strength but from the harmony between all living things. Even though they work with gaining energy from the biggest creature around, they know that that big creature could only live because of everything around it. The dreamers of Pima are not just inventors or creators, they are the keepers of a future where all would one day be connected by the boundless energy of ether. The story of this Precon and the story of Avishkar is one of unity, of invention, nature, individuals, communities, love and innovation. It is a place where every creation tells a story, every innovation serves a purpose, and every act of progress is a step toward a brighter future. In the skies above, thopters hum a song of resilience, while below, inventors and artisans craft a world where creativity knows no bounds. And as Pia Nalaar once said, Avishkar is not just a realm, it's a promise that we can build a better tomorrow, together.